So we actually do take the time now to pre-qualify them on the phone. And we do this by asking the following questions. And these questions are catered to their motivation, right? So depending on the level of their motivation and what it is the kind of questions I'm going to ask. So, but typically what I'm trying to do is get enough information where I can give them an offer, a verbal offer over the phone, and see if we're even in the ballpark. Are we even in the neighborhood of discussing a deal here? Right? Because even though I've dealt with people that are motivated, supposedly, right? They're motivated, they need to sell. And then all of a sudden, we tell them where they need to be at, and we are 60 grand apart from where they want to be at. So, those things, it's like, well, this is just going to take time. This is going to take time for me to like keep working them, following up. They're going to shop it around a little bit more. They're going to start seeing what the real values are. So those are the things that I'm trying to avoid going to those properties. I'm trying to avoid going there, but I'm still building enough credibility and enough trust between us that we keep a dialogue going for when they are ready to come down to a more reasonable price, we can go ahead and talk then. So in order to submit an offer over the phone, I love asking this question is, when was the last time? So I've said this before in plenty of podcast episodes before, and I'll link some of them below. But when was the last time gives you that opportunity to understand the real quality and conditions of the home. When was the last time you updated your roof? When was the last time you updated the kitchen, the bathrooms, the floor? You painted the house? When was the last time you updated the air conditioning, the water heater? You understand? When you ask these questions, you want to get detailed timeframes, and what you're, depending on where you are and what neighborhood you're targeting, anything over 3 years, you're probably going to have to update again. But if you're in a hot market like we're in, anything over 10 years, maybe you're going to have to update. So it all depends. But by you knowing this, by them telling you, well, I haven't done this since I moved in. All right, well, you can simply see when it is that they bought their home. You can see that on any county website. And you can say, okay, it's been at least 10, 15, 20 years since this has happened. No, I haven't done that. No, I haven't done this. So now you're getting a good idea. It's like, all right, based on the comps, based on everything, I'm going to have to update, at least cosmetic update, at least these things, so you start asking, you start getting a lot more information that you're able to work with when you're compiling that offer. Once you have gotten through, when was the last time you've asked all your questions about that, all the things through the house, and you got a good idea, what I like to ask them, well, how quickly are you looking to move? This is another step to determining their level of motivation. If they say, well, honestly, I can move next week. Okay, that's great. Or if they tell me, well, I don't know, I haven't considered it, or maybe I'm thinking in at least, 4 to 6 months, that's going to vary how I'm going to approach it moving forward. Because I'm not going to try to, move too fast and go see the property and everything if they have no real reason to sell right now. And even when they tell me, I'm not looking to sell for another 4 or 6 months, I poke a little harder. I want you to dig deeper. Remember, with the motivation, 4 or 6 months, what do you think is going to be different in 4 or 6 months? Like, what are you waiting for? Are you needing time to find something else? Are you waiting because of a job? Like, what's the reason 4 or 6 months? Because sometimes they're just, say, 4 or 6 months because they're procrastinating. They don't want to deal with it. And if that's the case, anybody else that comes in after you that actually knows how to negotiate, they're going to snatch that up, because I come in and I'm going to tell them how easy it is to move, how quickly they can move, how much we can help them in doing all this. We can find you movers. We can find you your next place. We can do all that for you. So now the whole process of moving just became that much easier. So you got to figure out why it is that time frame they're giving you, so you understand whether they have that real motivation or not. But what you want to know is, how quickly are you looking to move? And if it's fast, great. That's exactly what we specialize in. We specialize in closing quickly. Another question I like asking is, what is that price point that you're looking for that could help you make this decision right away and we can go ahead and move forward? A lot of times they don't know. They have no price point. But we want to get that out, because there are a lot of times there are a few times that they do have a price in mind. And I've been dealing with a seller recently where she has a price that she wants for her house because she feels that she's put way too much money into this house and she wants something back for it, right? We are literally $100,000 apart. And it's her reality versus my reality, right? So I'm not wasting time though going to see the house and doing all this and everything. It's all over the phone. I'm just working her over the phone because I know her price point. And her price point. I know her pain, and I know my price point. So I need her to come down drastically. I need her to meet me. You understand? So I'm working her little by little. I got a price point. I understand. I'm not going to be wasting my time in person anytime soon because at that drastic of a difference, you're not going to nail it down on the appointment. It's too much of a difference. You understand? It's too big of a spread. You need them to come down. Now, if we were to be within, let's say 10 to 20 grand difference, and I'm talking about, let's say a property under 300 grand. If what I need to be at and what they need to be at is a $10,000, $20,000 difference, I'll make the appointment. Given that the motivation is there, I'll make the appointment because at a $10,000, $20,000 difference, I can negotiate that down. I can see and for myself and see like, is there any other place that I can actually squeeze that out of, the renovations or the repairs or any of these things that I can make a judgment for. But anything over that, it's too much of a spread. I'm not wasting my time going to that property. I don't need to. You understand? We have plenty of deals. We have enough inventory. We're locking up contracts consistently. Like, we're fine. We're doing very well. I don't need to waste my time or my acquisition manager's time going after those projects. And that's pretty much it. I mean, once I know what the conditions of the home is and I know what their motivation is, the time frame they're looking to sell in, I know all these things. I've submitted a verbal offer. We're within the ballpark. Sometimes I don't submit the verbal offer, right? Sometimes if they give me a price that is close to what I would be submitting an offer at, I don't even say it over the phone. I just set up an appointment. I just go ahead. I'm like, because I know that we're close. So it's like, yeah, I think I can make that work. So I'll set the appointment now. Let's go in person. And in person, I can connect with you better. We can walk through the property. We can do a lot. We can build a lot more rapport in person and get that deal locked up. So, but the whole process of this is I want to pre-qualify them. Because if not, you will be wasting a tremendous amount of time going to properties that are never going to amount to anything. There was just no motivation. They had an astronomical figure in their head. They, or maybe it was so retail ready that it's like, why would they come down? So you have all these things that all the time that you're going to be wasting driving to the property, looking at it, talking to them, wasting all the time, driving back. You're killing so much time of your day that you could be calling, you could be following up with other people, you can be actually pursuing properties that can close. And that's the whole game. That's the whole point of everything that we do is you got to get through the bad ones fast so you can get to all the good ones faster. You understand? So it's volume, it's speed, especially when you're marketing. It's speed. When you're cold calling, everything. You want to move faster. You want to get through all the no's as quickly as possible because there's always a yes. There's always a yes. But if you get through the no's so slowly because you're wasting so much time analyzing these properties, running comps on this one, running comps on that one. I don't run comps unless I know that you're looking to sell quickly. You understand? Because I'm not trying to spend that time running comps on somebody that's like, yeah, I might be looking to sell in 6 months. Okay, well, I'll run comps in 6 months. You understand? I'm not going to run comps right now. I'm not going to waste my time running comps, running all this, doing all this. For what? It's not going anywhere. You understand? So you want to make sure you take the time. But like I said before, if it's a direct mail piece or they came in through our website or it was a referral, then I'm not wasting any time trying to pre-qualify them. If they came in through a direct mail piece, like, hey, I got your letter. I mean, our marketing is very specific. It's very targeted. So you're not going to be calling me wanting to do a listing. You're going to be calling me because you have a property that you are highly motivated to sell. That's why you're calling me. That's why you're reaching out to me. So I don't need to know anything else. You got it. You took it upon yourself to reach out to me. That's all I need. I'm all I need is I answer the phone hey, I got your letter, and I wanted to talk to you about selling my house. Sure. What's the address? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Are you there in the next 10 minutes, 20 minutes? When can we meet? That's it. That's literally the script I have. I want to meet you now. Now when it's convenient for me, when it's convenient for them. I want to meet as soon as possible because chances are my letter isn't the only one they received. And whoever makes it to the property first has the best chance at closing it. You understand? I've done that plenty of times. I get there before other wholesalers. Guess what? I'm under contract and they're not. You understand? So those, don't waste time pre-qualifying, move fast. You get it, set the appointment, go to the appointment. Anything else you're doing cold marketing, take the time, figure out the motivation, dig deep on the motivation, try to get that real pain point, that real issue of why they wanted to sell. And then ask these questions to see, okay, you have motivation. This is where we need to be. We're talking in the same realm. All right, now I can set up an appointment, go, and chances are that you're going to lock them up.